Well, there it is. How y'all doing? Good to see y'all. Just doing a couple of final little checks here. Good to see you guys. So, I have been having a grand old time doing a whole bunch of coin searching and kind of thinking about what I was going to do at this YouTube coin community video coin seminar, and I thought that quarters would be a good idea. So not just any quarters, but sort of modern quarters. How y'all doing? Good to see you. David Carlisle, Linda Wallace, Space Force, Tim Holmes, Kid Did Okay, Z Squared, Mike Badger. Good to see you guys. I miss y'all. I know I've been away for a while, but there's just a lot of things. Uh, Lincoln DMZ's in the house. Still got the bot working. Yeah, today we're going to be talking about quarters. Hey, Flash. Hi, Gear. So, what y'all think? I had a thumbnail, and I don't know. I know that everybody sees all these videos that this quarter is worth $5,000 and you could get rich if you find this quarter or this coin, and I just don't want to do the same thing that everybody else does. So you know what? I think that in order to find the $100,000 coin or the $50,000 coin, you got to be knowledgeable of coins, and you got to be knowledgeable of what a doubled die is. You got to be knowledgeable of the metal alloys that make up coins, how much they should weigh, mintages, how coins are made, all sorts of different things to prepare you for the moment when you do come across something that you recognize it and understand what it is, right? I'm so glad that most everybody that watches this channel is ready to learn those things. Now, my point here is that on the way to find that awesome coin, don't just throw out all the other coins. You're not, there's a whole bunch of stuff in the quarter series, like the $half series. There's a lot of gems to be found. And if you want to have some fun, I think quarters is a great way for you to experience coin roll hunting for not so expensive, and it's a lot of fun. So, good to see you guys. Jeep and John, hello. Let's see. All right. So what I'm going to do is basically go through a whole bunch of quarter varieties, and we'll see what we can find. All right. I'm going to tell you about them. I'm going to tell you what to look for. I'm going to show you the pickup points. And so I hope y'all enjoy it. I don't have any particular order except by date. I'm just going to go through my little quarter box here. So that's fantastic, Jeep and John. There is money to be made. If you search for months and months looking for that one coin worth, $10,000, or maybe you could find 500 coins worth 5 or 10 or 15 or $20, and once in a while a $45, $50 coin. So those add up, and so I'm gonna try to show you guys some of the things to keep an eye out for. Fix my shirt. Collar's kind of, yeah, it's a little floppy collar. Anyway, so the bot is on, games are on, stuff like that. Feel free to play. Sounds are on, everything's on. So it's good to see you guys. I'm glad you're here with me. So let's get started. We're going to start with 1999, all right? And the first thing I'm going to show you is a very recent find that I did just the other day. Yeah, here it is. So this is one of those quarters that, you know, it's pretty hard to find, I would say. Good to see you too, Wild Bill. Glad all y'all are here. All right, so this is the 99 Connecticut doubled die reverse, and I forgot to get me a pointy stick. Here we go. So this tree is a mess. I mean, it can make your eyes hurt, but if you know where to look exactly, you can find this doubled. I've searched thousands and only found two. I believe I found one. Was it Bill Betts? I'm pretty sure it was Bill Betts. But anyway, I found it coin roll hunting during the coin roll hunting show I was doing. And anyway, you see this little spot right here? So I look for the two Y's. So this stem right here looks like a Y, and this stem here looks like a Y. And then I zero into this area. But this is the only recorded double dive that I've been able to find for a Connecticut quarter. It's WDDO or WDDR-001, and it's listed on Wexler's. Okay. Now, 1999 also came with a number of, yeah, it's the Connecticut. Also came with a number of other things you want to keep an eye out for. Georgia has, and I haven't found one yet to show you, but the Georgia quarters, you want to look at the upper part of the leaf right here for doubling. But I don't have one to show you. Now, what you can also find, if this is sort of your interest, is die cracks. There's die cracks. You can see one here, 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 over here across the bottom of the stake, up here on the banner, more up here. So there's all sorts of different die stages and different die cracks that you can find on these. So they're pretty cool. The other thing to keep an eye out for is underneath the ear. So you can check both Denver minted and Philadelphia minted, and you can find doubling on the ear. So let's see. We have also on the, and that was Georgia. So on Delaware, you have something called a spitting horse. And it's a die crack. You can see it right here coming out of his mouth. Now, a lot of these coins that I'm showing you, none of them worth $1 million. They're worth a few bucks, and you can find them. I found all these coin roll hunting in 2019, so, and you'll find them in various shape. Like this one's very circulated. It's not worth that much, but they're fun to find because they're not every coin has it, right? Besides, spitting horse is one of those fun names. We'll look at a pooping horse here in a little bit. All right. I'm going to skip over to, let's see. Oh, yeah. 2004. So I found this one about a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, maybe. And this is a Wisconsin quarter. If you look at it, you'll see it's the one with the cow. But this is the low leaf. I think I plastered this one all over Facebook. So this right here, this leaf right here should not be here. Now the low leaf actually comes out of the corn stalk and comes down and hits the cheese. The high leaf goes up in this direction. And these are a little bit more valuable. You could probably sell this particular coin anywhere between 30 and 45, 50 bucks in this condition. However, they can go for hundreds in much nicer shape. All right, you can see I've got dings, I've got dust, the front, I've got some bag marks. So and there's a pretty heinous gouge across here under the D. So when it comes to grade, you know, you're not always finding the best grades in circulation. But man, this is one of those coins where it's so exciting to find because they are more rare and pretty valuable in the sense that if you find one, it's a heck of a lot more than a quarter, right? Hey, Roadrunner, how's it going? Let's see, 2004 is also known for Kansas. In this particular case, I have a humpback bison, not extreme, but you can look on the 2004 Philadelphia's for humpback. Usually it looks like a big tuft of hair sticking out, and I have another one to show, but I thought this one was cool because it was just a hump right there. Now these are also the ones that you want to look at in God We Trust. I think I might have some examples of that as well. Yeah, let me here. Another. Hello, Vern. I think it's only on one die, Mike Badger, but I'm not positive. I was reading in Breen. Okay, so this one's a little bit better. I even have more examples, but this is that tuft of hair. Now this has been kind of smushed down. It almost looks like damage, but this is right where the location is where this hump, this bit of hair comes out of the back of the bison. I'm kind of kicking myself because I didn't have the nicer version. I do have a really nice version of that that shows it perfectly. All right, so one of the next ones I'm going to look at is the Nevada. It's 2006 Nevada. Now, people call it the pooping horse. How many boxes have you searched to date? I was doing like 4 a week up until I stopped doing the show in July. And I've been doing 2 a week since, just quarters, $half. So this is a pooping horse. Now, there's different things that you want to look at. So there's a die chip that forms here and right here, and sometimes covers the whole leg. Can be all in this area. This is your search zone for a 2006 Nevada. They come in all sorts of different levels, I suppose. But people call them affectionately the pooping horse. Let's see. Okay, now this is a Wyoming. It's a 2007. So we're still in the U.S. states. Hi, Coy. All right, so on the 2007 Wyoming, you'll see this guy here. And the key area, you gotta look up real close. And there's a number of different double dies right on the saddle horn. Right here, you can see it. Right, now there's numerous different versions. There's some down here. There's some really fat here. And often some of them will come with die chips up in the hat and on the tail. I do have some better versions in this one, but that is the key area to look at on a Wyoming 2007. I'll see if I have any more of those. No, not handy. They're in my other book. 2008. Now, 2008 was plagued with some die chips as well. It's kind of like the Booping Horse, but they call it the extra cactus leaf. You can see right here on a 2008 Philadelphia, Arizona, that there is a die chip covering up the letters. Now, this comes in different sizes and shapes as well. And there's a lot of them. So I would say that this was a lot less rare, but it's still cool to find. I like hanging on to them because of the variety of different shapes and sizes that there are. And of course, you'll all recognize the 2008 Arizona Extra Claw. This one has a couple extra claws. You can even find them on the D sometime with an extra claw. But the Philadelphia 2008 Philadelphia quarter has a doubled die. And what you want to do is you want to look right at that R and trust. And if it's filled, that is a pickup. To look at the reverse side, and there's a little tuft of hair right here. Okay, right there. This is the tuft of hair you want to look at. And if you see lines, parallel metal pointing at the bear's head going straight across from this tuft over to here, then you found the Alaskan doubled die reverse. Now, I have not found one yet. I keep searching, but hopefully this will help you look for that R, the top of the R being filled. Now, I have found filled R's that were not doubled dies, so it's not always the pickup point, but it's a good one to look at. And if you're just looking, hey S Ross, if you're just looking at 2008s and seeing the claw, and you're not looking for the doubled die, you really need to be. Let's see. I have quite a few extra leaves. How did $1 get in here? Leaf. All right. So that finishes up the states. Now there are a whole lot more varieties. I just haven't found them. But I hope that that's kind of good coverage stuff for you to look for. I do have some 2009s. In fact, I found a doubled ear 2009 Puerto Rico quarter last night. So my current batch of quarters I'm searching. So all the 2009s, you definitely want to check the ear. All right. So there in 2009, they came out with DC, Samoa, Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, I think Northern Mariana Islands. Yeah. So all those are 2009. And they all exhibit different areas of doubling on the ear, on the front, on the P, on the Philadelphia minted coin. Here you can see that there's doubling right there on the bit of the ear. There are so many of these varieties across all the years of the U.S. states. So it's another thing you want to look for. I've made lists of these. So there's 7 on the Denver side as well. So for those of you on the West Coast and Central US, you'll be happy to take a look for these. But it's Delaware, Georgia, Kentucky, Louisiana, Michigan, Kansas, and Hawaii. So 99, 01, 02, 04, 05, and 08. And then the Philadelphias, there's a lot more of them. But it's Delaware, Georgia, Massachusetts, Alabama, Florida, Indiana, Minnesota, Oregon, Colorado, Idaho, Arizona, all the 2009s. And then in the ATBs, you got the Hawaii, the Ohio, Colorado, North Carolina, and um, Nebraska. So lots of different ones. Hey Rivendell, how's it going? Bill457, good to see you. Who's your hillbilly? Hello. All right. So anyway, these are what you want to look for the doubled ears. Again, they're not going to make you rich, but you could probably find collectors out there that want these because they are not easy to find. I can tell you that. File this away. All right. Now I have to skip ahead a little bit to 2014. And we're going to talk about, oh wait, 2013, sorry. All right, let's see what we got in 2013. I've got quite a few. Now, 2013 was a crazy, crazy year. We had Mount Rushmore, South Dakota. We have Nevada, Great Basin. We had Maryland with Fort McHenry. And each one of them has quite a few double dies. I would say Great Basin didn't have as many as the others, but hey, Pusa Studios, how are you, Pusa? Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Awesome, man. All right, so Nevada. So this one, some corrosive material got onto this coin and ate away the surface. But I think I've stopped it from further damage. But this particular Great Basin coin, you want to hunt around this branch right here. All the way around this area here and the trunk right here. These are the pickup points, and you can see that I do have some pretty minute doubling right there. And let's get in really close and take a look at. So if you look over here, though, this particular variety, there's actually doubling on all these also. All that extra metal, none of that belongs there. So this particular one is WDDR002. You can see some there, there, and there. Hey, Cheapskate, how are ya? Hey, Syracuse. Right channel, good to see you, Joshua. So Great Basin has some wonderful double dies. I have one more as an example. Show you. Let's see. Yeah, here it is. So this one's slightly different in that there's more doubling around the bottom of this branch here. There's a number of these, like I said, and there's a little bit right there and up in here. So there is one that has doubling along this trunk. Those are the pickup points for the Great Basin double dies, and you can sell them for a few dollars if you find them. All these coins, grade matters. You can sell a perfect coin for more than you could sell a perfect coin without the variety, likely. All right, so I also have a whole bunch, not a whole bunch, but maybe a dozen different varieties. And there's literally there are dozens and dozens of varieties of the Mount Rushmore. And if you look at this, let me go back a little bit here so you can see the coins. So this is Mount Rushmore, all right? And in this particular variety, you're looking for the doubling from here down to here. This is the whole range of the doubling, right? when you're trying to identify these, I like to use these little lines and crevices and other things in this area to determine, you know, where they line up, and that helps me identify what the coin is. So, hello, Victoria. Um, so when you're hunting these and you find one and you're looking at Wexler's site and there's dozens. You're looking at Variety Vista and there's dozens, or at least a dozen. So you can look and see these little areas where it's a little deeper into the metal here. I use these lines. I can kind of move them around in the light and see that see that depression right there. You can kind of look at where this point and this point line up with these lines to help you figure out which one it is. Now they also give other areas. So some of these come with die chips in this area, and down on the guy's feet, there's some die cracks that might help you identify. And then otherwise, there's different die gouges, die chips all over the coin, under, you know, under different letters. You also want to look for die crack across the initials. So that would help you identify these. But I literally have a dozen of them. So that was WDDR 27, and this is 29. Show you some what these look like. This one's a little bit bigger, right? Kind of like this one. I think it's pretty strong variety for double die. Again, it's right on the same spot in his nose. I have a WDDR 006. So you can see this one's a little bit more flat. It tapers a little bit differently on the ends. I'm not going to go through every pickup point on every one of these because that would just take me hours. Here's a WDDR 005. See this one, look how tiny this one is. And I have ones that aren't on the website that are even tinier than this, but I'm holding on to them. You know, maybe someone will put it forth as a variety. Maybe somebody won't. Maybe I'll have to. But it's even tinier than this one here. So, hey, Bill Betts. All right, let's see. There's another 005. Here's a WDDR 004. So I just wanted to give you guys an idea of the different. So look how high up on the hump on the nose on this one is. So you can see it's the others we looked at were in this depression of his nose. Now this one's up on sort of the ridge up here. So all sorts of cool shapes and varieties for that one. Those are all double dies. They're each worth a few bucks. Nothing to get rich on, but they sure are fun to find and spend time trying to figure out what they are. That was all 2013. And if you guys have a particular variety that you want me to point out or talk about, just let me know. I tend to skip some of them because I don't have them. I'll make more videos on these, but now 2015, we had a number of kind of like 13. There was a whole bunch of them. The Delaware reverse has literally over 100 different varieties, and a lot of people look at it and they think, oh my gosh, that's just too painful, I don't even want to look. But then there's the Homestead quarter, which also has like over 100 varieties, and so what I'm going to do is show you a sampling of some of the coins that I found so that we could look at them. What's up, Coin Searcher? Hello, Pocket Chain Exchange, and Michael Mullins. Good to see you. All right, so let's start with the Delaware because this one, I at first I didn't like these because they were so hard to find anything. But what you're doing here is you're looking at the grass between the blue heron and whatever this other bird is over here. You're looking at these three areas, all right? Now, you can see right here that that is an anomaly, right? You've got raised metals sticking out the bottom of this grass. And that's pretty much it. It looks like there's a little bit up here as well. And this particular one is DDR 27. Oh, now, what can help you identify some of these is the in this bill of the bird and on his eye, some serious die cracks and chips show up here. Die cracks come down the back of his neck and die chips. These will help you identify which version you have. Not to mention just staring at the screen and looking at where it is in this. But I've gotten to where now that I've recognized the specific pattern of all these, and I can tell when there's a variety just because it's different than it usually is. So I look at literally hundreds of these in every box, and I usually pull out one or two a box. So they are worth a few dollars. Hello, Rob Stewart. Good to see you. Let me show you some more of these Delawares, some of the different varieties, so you can see what they look like. After saying that, I don't see this one. Maybe. It could be that, but that looks more like damage. All right, let's pass that one up. Put that one. Sometimes I get them confused when I do a whole bunch of them at the same time. This is a WDDR 034. Yeah, this one's pretty minor, but it's, you can see right under this area here, there's doubling going on in that little area. You see what I mean? That they're quite faint and could be easily missed if you're not looking. So this one's WDDR 042. Okay. So this one right here, see that little extra metal sticking up right there? That's it. It's right in the middle of the coin. So let's see if I have any more. Yeah, oh, of course I have more. I find these all the time. And I've grown to like them more. At first, I didn't think much of it because I thought, man, what a headache. But when I started finding all the different varieties, see that right there? There's your variety for this one. And then going and trying to identify exactly which one it was, it's just a challenge to me that I find thrilling. You know? Not only did I find an anomaly, but now I went and I found someone else who has pictures, and I use Wexler's site and Variety Vista quite a bit on these. They have a lot of good pictures. All right, here's one more. This one is 35. Yes, I found this one yesterday. This is one of my favorites because there's a whole bit. This is pretty obvious, right? See that? That rising grass does not belong there at all. And I think that this is one of the best varieties and of this set of varieties. But I don't think Wexler gave it a best of varieties. But it's WDDR 035. Pretty cool, huh? All right, now I'm gonna move on to Homestead. Now I have a number of these, but I think I only have 2 with me. And there's a lot of cool things going on Homestead. Now this is DDR 35. So all right. So you have to get up and close with your microscope, but see this doubling inside this window here? See the shape, how it's sort of like another window inside of a window? You get these on all these different windows. There can be, they're not always curved like this. Sometimes it's just, you know, that much that you see right there. Or it's just no, that that much. So I'm trying to express to you that they look like little ramps inside the window, and they can happen in any of those windows. Now you also can find doubling on this pump. Those are the really exciting ones. I haven't found one. You can tell something's pretty nasty in here. Uh, other things, other interesting things to look for are there is a die depression and a also a die gouge in this area, and it can look like a leaky bucket. You also have die depression up here along the roof, and you get a lot of metal anomalies showing up that's basically called snow on the roof. This one doesn't have it, but I'll show you one in a minute that does. You want to check the top of this window, and over in the right hand side over here for some of these other extra bits of metal. But this one was DDR035. Here's one with die chip and snow on the roof. So it doesn't even have a double to die. But I think I held on to it because it has the die depression, the snow on the roof. You see that extra metal there? That stuff is what you're looking for, and it's die depression. So whatever was done to the die, then the die strikes the coin, and metal fills in that area from the die. You can see the sloping going on with that die depression, and it gets worse as the dies are used up. All right, so there's some metal there, some right there. If I look in the windows, I don't think I see any doubling on this one. It was just so much of the, oh, look at that big old die chip right there on that top window. So I had so many things going on this coin that I went ahead and held on to it. Hey, Value Hunter. Hey, John Wolf. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out. All right. So, oh, here's another one. Now, this one is WDDR 160. If that tells you anything. All right. And look at the minusculeness on this one. See that right there in that window? That's your doubled. All right. Now there could be some other things going on. Look, this one also has a die chip up here. And it has some depression going on up in the above the roof. Definitely snow on the roof over here. See all this? So these are particular pickup points. I'm sure there's more pickup points, die chips, gouges, scratches, all sorts of things that can lead to helping you determine which one this is. But this is also very tiny. But that is a double die. It's number one, WDDR 160. That's Wexler 160. All right. Let's see. I think I'm missing some. And I have quite a few more of those. Place them. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on. You get the idea. Back. I think I have a whole nother one of these with quarters in it. So, and it has all my other die varieties. So anyway, let's go to 20. We just did 2015. Let's jump into 2016. 2016 has Theodore Roosevelt, Harper's Ferry. I think I found an unlisted one. We'll see. All right, so I have not found the Teddy, the doubled die on Roosevelt, but I have found some cool die chips. Okay. So you'll see him. He's riding on his horse, and check out the tip of his hat there. Now this one's not real heavy duty, but it's real light. That is some extra metal up there. Kind of fun to look. Where you're looking on this coin for the doubled die is all along this particular bush here. This is underneath. If I were to, it's the center of the coin, right? To the left of Roosevelt. Go over here so you can find extra metal all along this edge. I have not found one yet, but I am eagerly looking regularly. Here's another die chip. Hey, Mike Wolf, how are ya? So you can see it's a little bit more advanced right there on his hat than the last one we saw. I'm sure there's a progression. Look over here again. I have quite a few of these in different ways. There's one that also forms on his shoulder. All right. Let's see. Oh, I do have a bunch of Harper's Ferries. Harper Ferry die chips and doubled dies. So hopefully I have something I can show you here. So the doubling that you're going to want to look for is in this first doorway. Okay. And you want to check inside all these windows. Now this particular one doesn't exhibit doubling except maybe right there, but I don't think that's strong enough to call variety. You want to check the tops of these roofs on this tower and inside of these little areas on the fascia. And then down this pipe, this one has a pretty large die chip, and I find these quite a bit in different sizes. Now, this is probably one of the larger ones I've seen, and sometimes I'll find just along the edge of the downspout, sometimes on these barrels, but oh, and sometimes on the left-hand side of this building. Let me see if this is one. So this is one I could not attribute. Yeah. All right, so this one's not listed, but you can see an example of the doubling that comes in these windows here. See it right there and right there. I think this might be just unlisted variety. So I need to get this one sent to John Wexler for attributed. I don't know if it has any other pickup. They're quick and easy. But anyway, yeah, it's always cool. So when you look at these, when there's hundreds of them, the likelihood that you're going to find a doubled die is pretty high, actually. I think, you know, for those of you that are interested in trying to find something that you can submit as yours and be the person who discovered it, I think that's kind of a cool thing. It kind of it's kind of a reward for all your hard work, you know. All right, so I have not found any doubled dies on Ellis Island, but it's a 2017. I have found some pretty cool die chips. It's not real exciting, but hey, right there on top, between his eyebrow and the hat, that big die chip right there doesn't belong. And then right here on top of her head, you can see that this die chip doesn't belong. Apparently, and I haven't found any yet, but you can find them on her hands here. And I don't think there's any any known double die on these. Now, I don't have one, but there has been a pictured rocks double die found on 2018 pictured rocks. In God We Trust. I don't have one. Of course, I'm looking, but I don't get that many Philadelphias. But the doubling would be showing on In God We Trust. Now, I do have a Georgia with a die class. So this one's pretty cool. The only thing that I have found on this as of yet. But you can see the die clash shows right behind tail feathers. Over here under these wing feathers. All through this area. Here. All right, so that's some cool stuff that you can find. I was hunting on the front and I found some of the wing feathers here. Some in front of the mouth. A little bit right here between the hair and G. So yeah, that's a fun variety to find. I don't know if that one's listed. I haven't checked Mad Die Clashes as of late to see if it's there. And then what I'm going to share with you towards the end here is I may have found something. I wanted to get y'all's opinion on it. I may have found, other than some Lowell die cracks, I might have found a doubled ear on Lowell. So this is a Lowell, Philadelphia? No, Denver. I don't know. I might have done it. But it'll look kind of hard. Oh yeah, right there. It might just be die deterioration or mechanical doubling, but it's right in that spot. And I don't know. See, it might just be damage. I've looked at it up close a couple times. And certainly not as strong as the I showed earlier, the 2009. But maybe just maybe. Now there is a little damage, scratch on the ear going northwest. This is the kind of thing that you're looking for on the different doubled ear varieties. So maybe I found something new. That's the 2019 D Lowell. Gives those of you who look at these something else to check out. Another box. Those are all my half dollars. All right. So let me go back real quick. So hopefully that gives you guys a good idea. That's certainly by no means even touches on the sheer number of varieties that you can find in the quarter series. But I hope that in this show that I did at least piques some interest, helps you look and find other coins that you might be tossing aside where you're looking for silver or other big varieties. And maybe, hey, Mike Wolf, and maybe, just maybe it'll help you in your coin roll hunting endeavors going forward. So there's a couple of things I got to do. I'm so glad you guys joined me. Hi, Andrea. We're doing great. We're doing absolutely wonderful. I've been spending a lot of my time on a coin related project. Ken Peavy and CJ and I have been working on for quite some time, but I've really been trying to give it a lot of extra effort. And so keep watching out. I'm still here. We're doing great, and we missed the heck out of all of you guys. So we're talking about at some point here soon doing a show, you know, on a semi-regular basis, coming back to, but it won't be like what we did before, but it's different. All right, so anyway, that's all I want to say about it right now. So, top secret, that's right. I am going to show you guys something about the rest of the coin seminar, and then we'll do a little giveaway, all right? So the coin seminar schedule also has some other important information on it. Coming up this evening at 8 p.m. Eastern or 7 Central, you'll see John Wolf. And then at 10 p.m., Michael Kittle Rare Coins. And then tomorrow, not until 5 o'clock, is CJ coming on. I sure will, Victoria. Hi, Melissa. Good to see you. And then, of course, the big show at 9:30 p.m. All right, so yeah, y'all be sure and subscribe to each other. I know everybody in here I've recognized so far, so we don't really have any new folks, but that's all right. I'm glad y'all are all here and came to check it out. Hopefully you see what I'm hoping you'll see there. If not, you can check it out later. So at the end of the coin seminar, I believe there is a puzzle, or that you can take all the clues from the different shows and put them together and see if you can come up with the right answer. Then you have to answer before anybody else. I just showed it, Dave. All right. So the next thing is a giveaway. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give away a 1962 silver proof quarter. And this thing's just lovely. You know what? I'm just going to take it out. I don't have vanilla hands. I hope you're seeing what I hope you're seeing. I'm trying to drop hints. You like that too? All right. This thing's gorgeous. 1962 silver proof Washington quarter. I think you could probably get MS68 on that. I mean PF68. Well, I'll just leave it up. Ooh, there we go. I'll leave it right there, and y'all. Maybe 67 now that I see the rim. All right. Here we go. Let's bring up here. I like the other tones. I like the yellow tones on the proofs because it's such a high reflective surface. But you want to look out for YouTube pictures that do this, so it kind of conceals the surface. When I go like this and you see the surface, you see the little tiny bits of imperfections that you really have to see under a scope to see. See? Hidden. Hidden. let me start the bot giveaway. So this is going to be for a 1962 silver proof Washington giveaway. All right, what you're going to do is you're going to go in chat and you're going to use the enter command and just say enter 1, but don't do it yet. Silver proof. All right, I'm going to open the giveaway. There we go. So just type exclamation enter space 1. All right, we'll get you all entered. There's Syracuse. So I have kept the bot, the database, all your Mantic Coins, all your hours, everything's still the same as it always has been, except, you know, of course, today you've probably earned more hours and increased your point. Awesome. All right, you guys are getting it in there. I added some interesting features, but I'm not going to tell you about them right now. I added some interesting features. They're already available in the bot, but yeah, we got way more to do before I'm ready. I'm writing some custom stuff. I've been learning more Python and JavaScript and APIs and sockets and all sorts of crazy stuff, so that I can become better at making some games. Anyway. I hope y'all have all been doing good. Let's see. Anything I need to tell you about? I'm probably going to have an auction coming up soon. I got a number of coins back from Annex, and I need to sell them. Some of them really hurt. Some of them came back. Like I have one that was colored. Really disappointed. One that was whizzed, and my heart just sank on that one. And a couple that came back as details. So not the greatest batch that I've ever sent. So anyway, yeah. Hey, Hippies Coins, thank you so much for subscribing. Glad you could enter the giveaway there. Jeff Dunn, Variety Mista. To see everybody. All right, let's see. We got 2 minutes remaining. I guess I put a long time on it. I've been doing all right. Just been I've been working diligently on some coin related projects and trying to get ready for coming back with in all the different ways that I want to shape this channel, and working on another channel as well with Ken and CJ, and a lot of really cool stuff this community needs, I think. Sure miss you guys. We have I fell asleep last night and missed Dirt 30's auction. I think Adriana was able to get a bag of George's Dirt though. Thank goodness. And then I need to go visit SJ. I haven't been over there in a while. She always streams so late and I miss it. Either too early or too late. Job has been pretty demanding. I've been working a lot of hours, a lot more hours than normal. So that is been part of the problem. But we're getting over the hump probably in the next months. Oh, cool, Pocket Chain. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it'd be good to see Shanene pay us a visit, huh? That's awesome. All right, 18 seconds. Get in. Get in. Exclamation enter space 1. If you haven't done so, you got 10 seconds. All right. Okay, here we go. So, let me see if that. And we'll just make sure everybody's in it. Oh, sorry for the black screen. All right, so we got Syracuse, Michael Kittle, Hidden, Cheapskate, Pocket Chain, Coy, Randy Collins, John Wolf, Matthew, Rob Stewart, Victoria, Mike, David Carlisle, Melissa, Z Square, Jeff W, Andrea Wolf, Steve, Wild Bill, Linda, Jeff, Variety, Mista. I go really. There we go. Mike Badger and Hippies Coins. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. And let's pick a winner. Who was it? Andrea Wolf. There you go. Wow. Awesome. Congratulations, Andrea. Woo! Hey, Cajun Coin Hunter. Good to see ya. Well, I know I have your address. Congratulations. That's awesome. I will be sending this your way. All right, guys. Well, it's 6 o'clock. I have really enjoyed this. I hope you guys did too and found it useful. Let me know if you enjoyed it. Subscribe. We'll be bringing a lot more in the near future. And I really appreciate all you guys continuing to be subscribers, even when we haven't been out so much lately, and hanging in there with us. I really appreciate you hanging in there. And I hope I will see you all around YouTube. And just keep on searching. You know you're going to find it. Now, hopefully, I've armed you with even more to look for while you're doing it, and that it's useful. Again, in the very near future, I'll be posting some more videos that go over those individual varieties and talk in a little bit more in-depth discussion about some in the series. So, all right. Well, you guys take care, and we'll see you around. So, have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I'll see you on the coming shows. All right. Thank you, moderators. Bye.